Are you guys here? Hello? That was totally, totally bizarre. Uh, is anybody here or am I talking to myself? Oh, hi. Hi. That was the most bizarre thing in the world. I mean, here we were talking about, all these things about being hacked and, all these issues. And all of a sudden, this has never happened before this way. It totally went off. I mean, 100% went off, not even buffering, nothing. It was like, okay, you're done now. I'm buffering again? Am I? I don't look as bright on this one. I said, OMG, I cannot believe it. Hi again. I'm not buffering there? Okay. This was truly, truly weird. It just totally went off. Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, right. That was funny. Somebody decided to end my conversation quickly. Son of a gun. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't finish telling that story about the bank and how my credit was destroyed for years. Oh, okay, good. It took me 2 years with the help of an attorney to put the old owls. Uh huh. Uh huh. And it was a really scary time. The people who had cloned my credit card had gone to the bank every single day for 17 days and withdrew. At the time, the limit was $500 a day, so they withdrew 400. I think the first day, I think it was 100, just to test to see if it worked. Then they did $500 every single day for 17 days, and in order to be able to continue doing it, they wrote bogus checks to make a payment. And so then I got notification from the credit card company that I not only was over my limit, but that I was also writing checks that would bounce. And it was like, so when I called them and I spoke to the fraud department, the girl I spoke to was very sweet. And it really was fine. Oh, thanks. It really was fine until she no longer was there for some reason. And the next person I got treated me like I was the scum of the earth, like I was the one who was doing everything wrong. It was terrible. It was really terrible. It was a bad time. It had me so nervous and so upset. And I said to them at one point, I said, "What would make your company think that if somebody was taking $500 a day out of the account, wow, it rattled me. It definitely did. I was shaking. It was so bad. I remember exactly where I was sitting in the house when I got the letter and I was scared to death. And it was, as I say, it took a full 2 years for me to get it. So I tend to be a little bit paranoid when it comes to anything like that, anything where anybody can get any of my information. It's very, very frightening to me. I've been there, done that, and it was climbing out of it was awful. Uh, yeah, it's horrible. It really is horrible. I mean, and I kept making payments on my account, and finally the attorney said to me, "Stop making payments because they're not going to do anything until you stop making the payments." So I finally did, but it was really a god awful time, and it was a credit card from Fleet Bank, so they went to the bank with the credit card. I need to set up a separate checking account. Oh, 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 oh no. I already gave that account number to Merch, so I made a mistake. Okay, I missed something. Let me catch up. They stole my credit card. Well, they cloned it. They cloned it. Oh, they stole my credit card. I mean, as I say, they cloned it. Those were the days when they did a couple of exposés on it on television where they showed how they would slide your card and they would have another one. Okay. I had an experience once that was really alarming. I had been in the bank and that night I was extremely, yeah, I was extremely nervous the whole night. What? Yes. Oh, is she? Is she still here? Oh, I don't know if she made it onto this one, did she? Oh, that's good that they were on top of it. Oh, yeah, it was a nightmare. But anyway, the time with oh good. The time with the bank, I just when I was in there I was just nervous and the whole night I was jittery inside like something was wrong. The next day I went into the bank and I sat down with one of the people there and I said, "Could you please take a look at my account?" I said, "I'm really worried. I just want to make sure that nobody's taken any money out of it." So the guy takes a look at the thing and he's looking at it and everything is fine. And all of a sudden he gets up, walks away from the desk, walks over to another desk. They start talking and they go through this whole routine. At that point, I um I didn't know what to do. I mean, they just kept looking really strangely at me. Turns out that while I was sitting there, somebody came into that branch, used the ATM using my card, and they withdrew money out of my account while I was sitting at the desk. How bizarre is that? I just knew something was going on, and it was really odd. At first, they thought I was in cahoots with somebody because how could I know something was going to happen if it didn't happen? So it was such a bizarre thing that for the next couple of years, every time I walked in the bank, they would point at me like, "She's the one." you know, it was a horrible, horrible thing. And ever since then, I don't use a bank card at all because I wouldn't exactly, exactly. And it was such a strong feeling that I could not ignore it. And I was, yeah, it was very terrifying. And thank God I did get the money back. I thought what had happened was I had opened a second account the day before. I wanted to have a way to have some money available for David, little bits of money, but I didn't want him to have access to all my money because I was afraid it might be gone. And I um I had a feeling, just had a feeling about it. So I never found out what the story was, but I always had the feeling that it must have been somebody who worked at the bank who cloned the card that, oh, good night, have a good night. I know I do this so late, and it's never my intention, but the day always seems to get away from me. It really does. I'm trying to do so many things, and yeah, but anyway, all right, so I think what I'm going to do then is tomorrow I'm going to try to work on that. It's only 8:30. Oh, that's right. You're out in California. It's yeah, that's right. It's not. Oh, thank God they didn't. Yeah, thank God. Look back up the chat for what? Who was that directed to? I don't know if I'm missing something or it's somebody else. If it's a another conversation going on, it's 3:30 a.m. there. Wow, you must be tired. I would imagine you're really tired then. Yes, yes. Okay, so I'm doing the Night Owls in, and I will let everybody know about it, and we will. Yeah, Gina, you are absolutely in my thoughts and prayers. Yes, thank God I did, and it was an unbelievable experience. But I've had things like that happen to me in other regards many times in my life where it's like this feeling in the pit of my stomach where I just know something and I need to respond to it. So it's can be very scary. It really can. Yeah, I know. I know. It would the old thing, how it ended and why it ended the way it did is beyond me. I mean, it was very sudden. It was as if YouTube decided they didn't want me on that video anymore on the live. So there's something that you were doing via email. Yes, absolutely. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful night. Maybe. Well, let me do the logo for the. I'll do the header anyway. Okay. Think you're what? Good night, Gina. God bless. Consider this a big hug. Same here, Linda. Oh, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes, and you have to do that. Okay. On that note, everybody, take care, and I'll come back tomorrow, and we will pick it up where we left off, and hopefully I'll have that page all set up and ready to go.